Today, we will talk about General Agreements to Borrow, GAB, and its meaning, pros, and cons. The term General Agreements to Borrow refers to a terminated lending medium for members of the Group of 10, G10. It was established in 1962, allowing the International Monetary Fund, IMF, to borrow funds from the central banks of these advanced countries. The capital was advanced as temporary loans to countries experiencing economic distress so they could avoid crisis situations. The GAB was phased out at the end of 2018 after member countries agreed its usefulness was diminished and limited. The General Agreements to Borrow is a program that was established by the International Monetary Fund in 1962. It relied on the cooperation of the G10, which is composed of 11 of the world's strongest economies, including Belgium, Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, the Netherlands, Sweden, the United Kingdom, and the United States and Switzerland, which plays a minor role. The GAB allowed the IMF to borrow money from these countries to assist other nations in economic distress. Proponents argued that the GAB allowed small countries to implement policies to jumpstart their local economies back into expansion. It helped restore exports after natural catastrophes and investor confidence. However, critics argue that IMF loans may empower poor policy decisions and serve as a backstop for incompetent governmental leadership. Additionally, the conditions attached to the loans, such as austerity measures, have been questioned for prolonging economic suffering and poverty. The new arrangements to borrow became the primary fundraising facility for IMF loans when it was introduced in the late 1990s. It has a larger membership and a larger set amount of funds compared to GAB. From 1998, GAB could only be activated if access to the better-funded NAB was refused. Here are 5 key takeaways. 1. The General Agreements to Borrow was a lending medium offered through the International Monetary Fund by the G10 countries. 2. The program was established in 1962. 3. G10 member countries deposited funds into the IMF for a nation in economic distress to access. 4. Participants agreed to allow the program to lapse at the end of 2018 because it was no longer useful. 5. The new arrangements to borrow became the primary fundraising facility for IMF loans. Hope this would help. Thanks for watching.